What's up, fam? This your boy Z, the real here, and then I want y'all to take a look at two of these Uncle Toms who basically make a case for why one brother should get back into the league, right? One black quarterback should be given another opportunity, while they talk about and put down another brother who has stats and numbers that's proven better than the quarterback they're trying to praise and say that that quarterback's better than him. I want y'all to just take a look at this, right? Because once again, I prove that some of these analysts ain't got no business on TV. Some of these people that do these YouTube videos or get on these networks, they don't do their research. They don't study before they make these videos. They go off the top of their own head, right? And it's way too biased, and it's not factual at all. All right, because if you're gonna be a Cowboy hater, state facts. Okay, don't just put one player. Don't just say you're a fan of one team, right? And your quarterback is not even better than the quarterback you putting down. So I want y'all to see this, right? I'm gonna let this play out, and then I'm gonna commentate after. But I want y'all just to see something.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to this Monday edition of Quick Slants. It's presented by Nissan with Gunn and Brooks. I'm Derek Gunn. We kick things off with this. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell last week released a statement by way of social media after the players had called on him to do so. Now, the one omission was the name Colin Kaepernick, whose peaceful protest during the national anthem in 2016 and subsequent lack of jobs since then led to a lawsuit settlement with the league. So I ask this question: does Kaepernick now need a job in the league to right the wrong? Here's what Colin needs. He needs an opportunity to compete to right the wrong. It was no doubt about it. He was blacklisted out of the league because of the actions that he took. And now you have all of these teams releasing statements over the last week or so saying that we are all for justice, equality, and that we are with our players. Well, releasing that statement is fine.
All right, Gunn, let me stop you there. The NFL gave him another opportunity, right? We seen that back in January. See, again, this guy obviously did not watch that workout. He was not there. He didn't look into that workout they gave him. The NFL tried to give him a second chance back in January to at least get signed to a playoff team and be a backup to help whichever starting quarterback. Y'all seen how that went. That man would not sign a contract. The contract the NFL gave him states that he can't sue him if he gets hurt, right? That this is not a real job. This is a tryout. Because NFL are in fear of him trying to extort them, right? So that's all that contract was. That contract was not harming him at all. No, Colin Kaepernick was given another opportunity. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Whoever you feel might have been involved in it, in helping that decision, they gave him opportunity. Goodell, as well as all 32 owners, agreed to give Colin Kaepernick another chance. Right? To try out, work out, right? They had Hugh Jackson there. And Hugh Jackson came out the next day saying he didn't feel comfortable leaving the Atlanta Falcons facility and going to that high school that Kaepernick wanted. Okay, you see, man, and and then after Kaepernick was over with the workout, this dude didn't thank the other scouts who basically went out their way, left the Falcons facility to come watch him. He didn't thank them at all for showing up, right? That tells you what his mindset is. Yeah, he gonna call out Roger Goodell and call out the other owners and tell them to stop hiding. Yet they agreed to give you a workout and you changed it. No, he got plenty of opportunities. Okay, remember, John Elway gave him an opportunity to go to his team to trade for him. He turned it down. Steve Bisciotti Ray Lewis was convinced of Steve Bisciotti to bring him on as a backup, right? So then when Joe Flacco left, it would be him and Lamar Jackson battling for that starting role. He turned that down, right? He wasn't going to play with Russell Wilson. He wasn't going to back up Russell Wilson because pride wouldn't let him. Remember, Russell Wilson defeated him for an NFC championship, which he felt some type of way about. He's still angry at that. So no, he wasn't going. That's why he was on the Seahawks. He didn't want to be Russell Wilson's backup. Okay, he went to Miami. Steven Ross was going to try to sign him, but this dude was wearing a Fidel Castro shirt that offended the whole Cuban community, right? Because y'all go back and go study Fidel Castro. You'll see what I'm talking about. No, he's had opportunities already, right? So why the NFL got given an opportunity? They gave him one already. No. That's it, man. This man don't want to play football no more.
But now let's see some substance behind it. There's roughly 96 quarterbacks in the National Football League. That's an average of 3 quarterbacks per team, and I'm including teams that keep quarterbacks on a practice squad. Are you telling me that Colin Kaepernick, at 33 years of age, is still not, as an athlete, better than half the quarterbacks that's in the league?
No, he is not. If you go back and go watch You know what I'm saying? The season he opted out, right, before John Lynch fully took over the team, before Kyle Shanahan got there, when he was with Chip Kelly, and you look at the season he was with Tom Sooner, and then go back and look at the season when he was with Jim Harbaugh, excuse me, and he went 8-8. That should tell you right there he's not that good. Okay? He's not that accurate. One of the reasons why Jim Harbaugh left, because Colin Kaepernick could not he could only do 2 plays. He could not adjust to a different play style.
I think that's a travesty. Now, some team or some teams need to step up and let Colin compete. If it doesn't pan out, and if he's not what you're looking for on your team, that's fine. But to totally handcuff him and not allow him to compete, even though he's missed 3 seasons.
Again, they did allow him to compete back in January. They gave him an opportunity to get back in there. There were scouts there, right? You had Hugh Jackson ready to give him plays. They had their receivers and everything. This dude said, no, I want things my way. Okay? But again, man, Gunn did not do his research before he did this video. All right? Once again, this is complete bias.
I still think he's athletic enough to compete and win a backup job with somebody. But somebody or somebody's out there, meaning teams, have to give this man a chance the way Jeffrey Lurie gave Mike.
Let me say this now, because this dude clearly has not been watching the last 2 years. Look how many young quarterbacks have came in the last 2 years and already made an impact, right? Look, you got Patrick Mahomes, 2018 MVP, and then last season this dude comes back from injury, right? Breaks the Madden curse. He's basically like the first Madden player ever to break the curse, because technically Gronkowski and Brady don't count. But that dude, Mahomes, broke the Madden curse, right? Came back, went against beat Tennessee in a revenge game, then beat San Francisco to win his very first Lombardi trophy and delivered Chiefs their second Super Bowl win in their franchise history, right? Lamar Jackson last season breaks Michael Vick's record. He's under 20. Again, he's 23, 24 years old, right? He's young. He's 23 years old, right? That Lamar Jackson, okay, who has the Ravens look like the team to beat next year. They're gonna be a strong contender for the next 5 years. Then you got Josh Allen, right? Even though he lost to Houston in the overtime, he still got the Bills being competitive, right? The Bills are a contending team thanks to Josh Allen's ability to make plays downfield. And then you got Kyler Murray, who now has DeAndre Hopkins, who he can throw to. He has a number 1 target receiver to replace Fitzgerald, right? He ain't do too bad his rookie year. That man is above 500. Then you got Tua Tagovailoa, right? Alabama won a championship for Alabama, right? Then you got Joe Burrow, Heisman Trophy winner, defeated Clemson, right? He defeated Dabo Swinney's Tigers to win his first national championship, and is a Heisman Trophy winner going into the draft, right? You got Daniel Jones, who is Eli Manning's replacement, right? So you got him from Duke. Dak Prescott and Jared Goff are still under the age. They're not even in their 5th season yet. Teddy Bridgewater is still young. You see what he can do, right? He's still young. So again, you got too many young quarterbacks. Look at Jared Goff, right? Went to the Super Bowl and after his 2nd year, right? Already has an NFC Championship game. No, man, it's too many. There's too many coaches, right? Most of these coaches and most of these GMs and presidents, they not worried about Colin Kaepernick no more. That's it. There's way too many younger quarterbacks now. Kaepernick's time came and went. That's it, man. You need to go back and go look at this dude's stats. Go look at his 2016. This man only won 1 game out of 15. The year before that, Tom Sula had no choice to bench him. He was on a 10-game losing streak. They had to put in Gabbert. No, these dudes are way too damn biased. See, that's the problem, is their blackness blinds them from the truth. You can't look at color no more, right? What goes on with police brutality ain't got nothing to do with the NFL. Again, Kaepernick had his chance to be a part of Players Coalition. He chose not to. And you understand, there's other quarterbacks who don't want this dude in the league. There's other players who's telling their coaches, hell no, don't bring this guy on our team. We don't want the headache. We don't want the distraction. But Gunn is not thinking about that at all, right? There's players who don't want to put up with him no more. Okay? No, these owners and coaches ain't losing sleep. No coach wants to sign Kaepernick. Notice, when Mike Tomlin, who's a black coach, right? Hugh Jackson, before he got fired. Marvin Lewis before he got fired, right? Anthony Lynn from L.A., the L.A. Chargers coach. You got the Denver Broncos coach. I was a brother at the time, right? Todd Bowles. All these black coaches did not go out the way to sign Kaepernick and give him a job. If you notice. None of them even told their GM or owners to sign this dude. Just pay attention. No player went on strike because Kaepernick didn't have a job neither. No, they know he's not that good. And real San Francisco 49 fans, they're already long over this dude already. Any San Francisco 49 tell you that Alex Smith should have been brought back, should have had a chance to get his spot back. Alex Smith should have been in that Super Bowl instead of Kaepernick. Okay? Y'all need to stop bringing up the Super Bowl he didn't win. If he didn't win a Super Bowl, don't be bringing his name up. What makes him any different than Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Matt Ryan, okay? What makes him any different than even Cam Newton? But see, the difference between Cam Newton and Matt Ryan, those guys have an MVP. He don't even got an MVP award. No, man, I done explained that too many times already. But once again, because they're black, these dudes' blackness, right? They look at that color, he has to be back in the league. Hell no, man. There's too many other black quarterbacks. Look at Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State. Come on now.
Michael Vick, another chance.
Correction. Michael Vick apologized. Michael Vick cut his hair, right? He cut them braids off, and he apologized about what he done. That's why the NFL gave Michael Vick another chance, because Michael Vick had an open apology. Kaepernick should apologize to the 49ers for opting out. Kaepernick should apologize to Ray Lewis about how his girlfriend called him a house slave and called T. Brashadi a slave owner. You cannot do that type of behavior and expect to get back into the NFL. That's not how it works. Okay? That's what Mr. Gunn don't understand. Right? You can't do something and not have a consequence behind it. Everything comes with consequence. But let's continue.
The NFL Commissioner, Roger Goodell, sent out a statement on Friday stating that he was going to help players use the NFL as a platform to get out information on social injustice, police brutality to blacks, and really help them use it as a vehicle to get their word out.
And that's got nothing to do with an NFL contract. The reason why Kaepernick ain't in the league is because of business reasons, NFL reasons, right? A, the man wants a lot of money, right? When he wants to get paid Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson type money, he ain't worth. B, that man don't want to be a backer role. I told you that already. And then C, the man is getting paid by Nike. Matter of fact, let's look at this. Let's look at this dude's net worth, right? Now I want you to pay very close attention to this number, right? Look at this here. Look at where my arrow is pointing, right? Net worth $20 million. He has a salary of $12.4 million. So that's how much Nike is paying him right now. $12.4 million. You think this man cares about playing football? And this is not counting the settlement money the NFL gave him, right, when he settled. Which, by the way, that's the settlement he didn't tell nobody black about. My son went on YouTube, went on Instagram Live and complained about not being told about how much he made. He didn't tell Chris Broussard. He didn't tell Shannon Sharp. He didn't tell nobody how much he made. Now it's writing for him. Okay? So you think Colin Kaepernick cares about playing football no more? Hell no. Colin Kaepernick is making money than the average starting player, right? A B tier player is getting paid $12.4 million. This man's making more than most bench players. This man don't care about playing football no more. He don't. That man making plenty of money. Plenty. Again, $12.4 million is a lot of money. You got these black folks crying over Colin Kaepernick, man. Hell no, man. Get the hell out of here. There's players who's not even in the league that should be in the league that wish they was in Colin Kaepernick's position. They wish they could have been around as long as he did. You got players who are just as good as Colin Kaepernick who didn't make the 53-man roster. And y'all want to complain about a dude that has a salary of $12.4 million? Please. Just stop it, man. For real. How the hell this man getting blackballed? He opted out of his own job. This could have been Colin Kaepernick last year in the Super Bowl versus Patrick Mahomes instead of Jimmy Garoppolo. That's his fault. Kyle Shanahan said openly that he wanted Colin Kaepernick. He wants Colin Kaepernick to play for him. But Colin Kaepernick didn't want to be a part of it. John Lynch gave Colin Kaepernick an opportunity. Because Colin Kaepernick said he didn't want to be a 49er, Lynch told him just opt out, just quit if you want to be here. But Lynch gave him an opportunity. Okay? Again, nobody told Kaepernick to opt out of the contract. He did it on his own. Okay? And not to victim mention, man, y'all defend this dude who still stays quiet. Colin Kaepernick, even after that interview, after he did that trial, still didn't say nothing about playing football no more. Y'all need to leave that man alone.
It was in direct response to the players, the big name players, sending out a social media statement saying that the NFL will be used as that type of vehicle. Now, I love the fact that he did that, but I think that the elephant in the room was not addressed. So he dropped the ball with the whole Colin Kaepernick issue. I think he needs to give Colin Kaepernick a formal apology for not handling.
Colin Kaepernick needs to apologize to Roger Goodell for not showing up to the practice facility he had set for him. Right? See, again, man, y'all want people to bow down to Colin Kaepernick. You see, this is why I hate, man. These people who defend Colin Kaepernick, they think of Colin Kaepernick as a god, right? You think he's Tom Brady or Joe Montana. This man ain't won nothing. Again, Colin Kaepernick did not show up at the Atlanta Falcons practice facility that Roger Goodell had set for him, right? Again, Goodell had other coaches there. He had a coach there. He had receivers there, right? He had scouts there coming to see Kaepernick play. Kaepernick wouldn't show up to his arena. Kaepernick changed the location to a high school that was an hour away. But yet Goodell needs to apologize to him? Hell no. Hell to the no, man. No, Kaepernick needs to apologize for him for doing whatever he wants to do. If you're in a job interview, you don't get to tell your employer what you're going to do and what your plans is when you're trying to work for their company. Okay? If y'all feel some type of way about Kaepernick not playing in the league no more, then don't watch it no more. Why don't we start our own league and go from there? But y'all not going to do it anyway because too many of our people are lazy. And that's what I've been trying to say in my other videos. No, I told y'all, man, Colin Kaepernick don't give a damn. He don't. I showed you that already. That net worth proves it. Nike's paying that man $12.4 million. He don't care.
And it the right way. Now, I know you get paid. I know he gets paid by the owners. That's where his money comes from. But still, the way he handled that situation with Colin Kaepernick, how Colin Kaepernick was blackballed throughout the NFL.
Again, there was no blackball, right? Remember, they didn't take it to court, so you can't prove there was blackballing. That's another thing, man. Anybody saying it's blackballing, they going by their own theory, right? That's their own speculation. How could it be blackball if Kaepernick wouldn't take it to court, right? See, if you really want to prove the NFL blackball, you take that to court and let a judge rule. He didn't do that, so there was no blackball in the first place.
Yes, he was blackballed because he was better than probably half the starting quarterbacks in the league during that time.
Again, how are you better than most starting quarterbacks? You only won one game out of 15. You only had 2,000 yards. Most mediocre quarterbacks get at least 3,000 yards or above. Again, go back and look at my Alex Smith video I did on him. I got videos that prove Colin Kaepernick's numbers wasn't as high as people think it is, right? But again, these people don't do research.
Just coming off a Super Bowl, and this guy does not have a job. Yes, it was handled very reckless. And Roger Goodell needs to admit that by issuing a formal apology. Now, should they let him back in the league? It's not about letting Colin Kaepernick back in the league. He's 4 years removed. I don't think at this point it really would behoove him to come back into the league.
That's the only thing you said right in this video. Right? Like I said, Colin Kaepernick is 32, fit to be 33 years old. You're 4 years removed. It was hard enough as it was for Adrian Peterson to get back in full strength, full speed like that, right? No, Colin Kaepernick don't need to be playing football no more. You made enough money.
He sued the league, got a nice little chunk of change, but still.
And speaking of suing, anytime you sue your owner, they really not going to let you back in. That's just common sense, man. Again, most of these people that defend Colin Kaepernick, they not in reality at all, right? Anytime you sue your employer for any reason, right, and you settle, that's it. You're not ever going back to that company at all. Not ever. Again, Goodell and them owners, they were nice enough to try to give this dude a trial. He screwed that up. But they don't have to let this dude back in the league for what? You sued them already. Then you changed the workout and you called them out and told them to stop running. This dude said, tell Roger Goodell and the 32 owners to stop running after they give you a tryout. Hell no, man. He needs to keep his ass at home. Do something else with his life. His career is already over as far as I'm concerned. Again, what makes Colin Kaepernick any different than the other quarterbacks who lost Super Bowls and was able to come back, right? What makes him any different than a Matt Hasselbeck, right? What makes him any different than Drew Bledsoe when he played against, when he battled against Brett Favre? What makes him any different than Chris Chandler the first time Atlanta went to a Super Bowl, right? And lost to John Elway. Okay? What makes him any different than Jim Kelly that lost 4 times in a Super Bowl, right? What makes him any different than Boomer Esiason back in the 80s going against Joe Montana? Come on now. What makes him any different than Kerry Collins back when he got blown up by the Baltimore Ravens in 2001? What makes him any different than Steve McNair that lost to Kurt Warner, right? Come on now. What makes him any different than those other quarterbacks? Again, man, this is when you got to leave color out of it. For real, man. There's too many other black quarterbacks in this league. There's black quarterbacks like Russell Wilson and Doug Collins who've won a Super Bowl already, right? Look at Patrick Mahomes. Again, let this man go. Again, man, y'all need to move on from this. This dude obviously don't care. Y'all speak up for somebody who hasn't spoken up about playing football at all and doesn't care. Again, Stephen A. Smith invited this dude to go on First Take. Him, Eric Reed, and Nestle. Kaepernick still ain't did it. He ain't responded. Nestle that works for Hot 97. You ain't never seen Kaepernick never once do an interview with Rosenberg or Ebro at all. None of them. Because if he does an interview, he's going to get exposed. Okay? Again, that afro, him wearing the jackets, right? Trying to look like Huey P. Newton, that's all a gimmick. He's paid to play a martyr and play a victim role. Don't y'all see?
The fact that definitely was not classful, number one. It showed no coup by the NFL, number two. And it really showed an injustice on how we were supposed to deal with that situation. The NFL is a vehicle that these players need to use to go out and right wrongs. Whether you like it or not, these guys come from situations where that's become the norm for him. Social injustice, allowing, police brutality to happen to them with no consequences to the police officers. There has to be a change, and I think the NFL players see this vehicle called the NFL as a means in which they can show that there is some social injustice out there.
Recently, ESPN did a full redraft of the entire NFL, making all of the current players draft eligible. Now, they used the 2020 draft order. They went through 4 rounds. That's 128 players taken. 6 Eagles were selected: Carson Wentz, Lane Johnson, Zach Ertz, Brandon Brooks, Darius Slay.
And before I continue, man, the only reason why these players look as good as they are because of Doug Peterson was the one who was behind drafting these guys, right? Doug Peterson and the other guy, Frank Wright, before he took the job in Indianapolis, they were responsible for helping the GM draft these guys. Okay? This is how the Eagles won a Super Bowl because Doug Peterson is a far better coach and a far better NFL manager as far as putting together a team than Chip Kelly was. This dude cleaned up the entire mess Chip Kelly made and put together guys who fit his team better.
Fletcher Cox. When you look at the overall draft, were there any draft selections that surprised you? Well, first of all, the draft was done by writers for each team across the NFL. So it was like a glorified fantasy football draft, and it was fun to look at some of the selections. No surprise, the first round was a quarterback-heavy round. And, of course, the second round, a lot of quarterbacks, and across the draft, a lot of wide receivers taken as well. But the one thing that really jumped out at me in the first round, Jacksonville picking at number 9, chose Dak Prescott over Carson Wentz, who was selected 11th by the Jets. Jacksonville, that's why you've been in the position you've been in year in and year out in terms of trying to put together a winning entity, because you don't know how to draft players. Nobody in their right mind is going to take Dak Prescott over Carson Wentz.
All right, so this is where you screwed up. Again, I don't know how much money they paying these dudes. I don't know who hired you. But first of all, how is Carson Wentz better than Dak Prescott when Carson Wentz still to this day don't have a playoff win? Let me make this very clear. Nick Foles was the one who won all those playoff games. Nick Foles was the one who saved the Philadelphia Eagles franchise. Nick Foles is a quarterback who should still be the starter. Carson Wentz should have been the one traded. If I was Doug Peterson, if I was the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, I would have traded Carson Wentz to a team like Miami or Cincinnati and got me a draft pick and kept Nick Foles there and gave Nick Foles an extension. Right? Carson Wentz can't even stay, is too fragile. He can't even stay healthy. And when the man is healthy, he still didn't do any better than Nick Foles. Okay? So you want to tell me you want to talk that trash? If Dak Prescott would have been drafted by Jacksonville, they'd be doing a lot better than they are now. That man be way better than Gardner Meacham and Blake Bortles. And even Blake Bortles at least got them to an AFC Championship game. No. Just because, again, yeah, Carson Wentz only had one ring because he signed to the Philadelphia Eagles, right? But he did not win that Super Bowl. That was Nick Foles. Okay? That's where you screwed up yet, right? Again, I want you to look at these Uncle Tom fools, dude. This is black foolery at its finest. Now, how could you say that about Prescott when Prescott in his rookie year went 12-2? Carson Wentz rookie year, he went 5-10. He only won 5 games. He was just barely 500. Prescott Prescott had clinched the first round bye. Okay? Only the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants was the only 2 NFC East teams in the playoffs that year, not the Eagles. That's why this don't make an ounce of sense at all. This is retarded. It's dumb as hell, man. Being way too biased. But let's continue hearing this dude.
Carson Wentz showed last year he can put a team on his back and carry that team to success.
And he barely went 9-8. He barely beat the Cowboys, right? Remember, this dude lost like 4 or 5 games, right? This dude lost 8 games. When they had Nick Foles didn't lose 8 games. Nick Foles was actually on the win streak. This dude didn't do that at all. Okay? So how's he going to be better than Prescott?
Dak Prescott has shown that he needs pieces around him for him to be an efficient game manager.
All right, so let's just look at the numbers, right? Since this dude want to talk this mess. Again, this shows you this dude's going to do research, right? So this is the total QBR ratings, right? For all NFL. So we got Lamar Jackson, number 1. Mahomes, of course, at number 2. Drew Brees, number 3. Dak Prescott, number 4. 70.2 rating. PAA 44.1, plays 690, EPA 93.1, pass 70.7, run 10.0, sacks negative 9.7, PEN 2.6, and RAW 71.2. This dude is above Russell Wilson, Matt Stafford, Deshaun Watson, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Ryan Tannehill, and Derek Carr. Carson Wentz is down here at 11. Look, Carson Wentz 60.8. So how the hell is Carson Wentz better than Dak Prescott? Please explain that, Mr. Gunn. What numbers are you looking at, right? Did you even do any research before you did this video? Just because Carson Wentz finally beat Prescott in a regular season game don't make him better. Again, Carson Wentz did not even win a playoff win. He didn't win his playoff win. Dak Prescott 2 years ago beat Russell Wilson in the first round. So Dak Prescott at least say he has at least one playoff win with the Cowboys, right? Carson Wentz is not even a top 10 quarterback. You got Derek Carr over him. Now, Derek Carr didn't do absolutely nothing in the last 3 years, yet Derek Carr is above Carson Wentz. Matter of fact, let's look at the passing. Let's look at the passing yards, right? Look at this is total passing yards, right? Look, you got Jameis Winston at 5,109 yards, this is the reason why I said Buccaneers should have kept Winston, right, instead of Tom Brady, because financially you would have been better. It would have been cheaper to keep Winston, right? I told you the reason why Winston had 30 interceptions because they have no run game. Instead of getting Gronkowski, you should have went off to Devontae Freeman, but that's their fault. Look, Prescott's under him with 4,902 yards, right? Look at his completion rating, 388. Again, look, Carson Wentz is at number 9, right? Carson Wentz has only 4,039. Okay? Carson Wentz is number 8. Dak Prescott is at number 2 in total passing yards. And you mean to tell me that Carson Wentz is better than Prescott? Get the hell out of here, man. Shouts out to Mark Holmes. He's like the biggest Cowboys channel, but this is what Mark Holmes was. Mark Holmes exposes Eagle fans like these two here. I don't know who hired you two, man. You're not representing NBC correctly at all. I don't know who gave you this job, brother. You don't need to be working here no more. You just lied on camera. That's falsified information. Right? That's again, man, if you're gonna talk against the Cowboys, state facts. But how the hell is Carson Wentz better than Prescott than when Carson Wentz rookie year, he won 5 games, Prescott went 12-2. Dak Prescott defeated Russell Wilson in the first round 2 years ago. Carson Wentz still ain't won no playoff win at all. Nick Foles is still the better quarterback than Carson Wentz.
Jacksonville, really? Dak Prescott over Carson Wentz?
That's proven. I just showed y'all why Dak Prescott is ranked higher than Carson Wentz. Again, this dude was not looking. Again, he did no research. He did not study at all, right? Again, that's what I tell you about biased analysts. There's certain individuals that don't need to be on TV doing no videos like this at all. None. No, NBC, y'all need to replace these two. These two are not, because let's be honest, man. If this guy and Mr. Barnett, with the other dude, right, the other brother on here, right, would have gone on channel on Fox Sports 11 on NFL Sunday, right, and he would have been amongst, and let's say if Jimmy Johnson, Howie Long, Michael Strahan, right, and Terry Bradshaw would have heard this guy say that, they were looking at this dude like he crazy, right? Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless would never approve it at all, right? Matter of fact, Stephen A. Smith would have called, as much as Stephen A. Smith hates the Cowboys, he would never be saying Carson Wentz is better than Dak Prescott, because it's no proof. It's proven that Dak Prescott is clearly better quarterback than Wentz, and I just showed y'all right then and there. Prescott is number 2 in passing yard total. That man has a higher QB rating. Carson Wentz in QB rating is not even top 10. No, dude, this is sick. It really is.
I like this redraft with the NFL. It's nothing but fantasy football, if you look at it. And they put Carson Wentz right at around 11. And if you look at it, all the players in the NFL, he's right around that as far as his impact in the NFL. I mean, you got Aaron Donald. He's number 5. He's that big of an impact player. But then you have at number 1, Patrick Mahomes. He's definitely the number 1 player in the NFL. He brings excitement, just won a Super Bowl. He brings everything to the table as far as being the best talent in the league right now. Put Carson Wentz at 11, so that's right around where it needs to be. But I do have a problem with where you put Dak Prescott.
No, Prescott actually deserves to be a little higher than number 9. Again, this is proven already, man. Carson Wentz they never went 12-2. Carson Wentz don't even have a passer rating that succeeds Prescott's. Prescott in all 3 seasons they've been playing has been proven he's better than Carson Wentz. Matter of fact, before Nick Foles took over the team, remember before the Eagles won that Super Bowl, Prescott was beating Eagles. He did sweep Carson Wentz twice already, right? This last season was the first time Prescott actually lost to Carson Wentz. But again, Carson Wentz lost his playoff game. And yeah, the team was injured, but still, there's no excuses, man. Nick Foles had the bigger impact in the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Foles was a better quarterback for the Eagles, not Carson Wentz. Again, man, I don't know who hired y'all. How much money is they paying y'all to say that? Because that's stupid. Again, man, these two don't need to have no business representing nobody. I told y'all, the people who defend Colin Kaepernick don't watch football at all. They don't. Because where are they getting their numbers at? Where are you getting your stats for them? That don't make an ounce of sense at all. It's just a bunch of buffoonery. That's what it is. It's foolery. I'm not going to say the word coon because that's the white man's word they use against black folks. But this is foolery at its finest.
And number 9. I'm a Dallas hater. But still, even if he wasn't on Dallas's team, there's no way that he's 2 plays better than Carson Wentz.
Again, that's already been proven. I just showed you stats here that has been proven already, right? Again, man, Carson Wentz did not win the Eagles a Super Bowl. Carson Wentz didn't win the Eagles a playoff game till this day. That was all Nick Foles in them last 2 years. All right? Even that, matter of fact, too, and again, let me just look over this now. Let's look at their schedule in 2019, right? Let's look how many games they lost to, right? Let's go down. So you say he's better than Dak Prescott? How? How is he better than Prescott, right? So after the first season, let's look at some of the games they won, right? So they beat these 2, lost to Minnesota, lost to Carolina, he lost to Cowboys, right? So again, how is he better than how is Carson Wentz better than Dak Prescott? When him and Prescott last season are 1-1. Dak Prescott beat this dude already, right? Early in the season. So again, how is he better? Again, explain that, right? He beat him already before that. Okay? So they're 1-1 right now. So how's he better? Again, that's what I'm still trying to figure out. How is he better than Prescott when Prescott beat him in the regular season? You see that now. 27-20. Prescott already beat this dude already. Look, he got blown out by the Saints, right? Like, come on now, dude. You say you better? Come on now, man. What the hell? Just stop it, dude. The Eagles lost 8 games last season. You see that now. They lost 8 games last year. Dak Prescott beat him already. They're 1-1. He's really he's not better than Prescott. I'm sorry, man. That's stupid again, man. If you're going to talk about somebody, do your research. Have your facts straight. Okay? I told you, most of these people who talk about Kaepernick, they're biased. All right? They don't look at football. They don't watch it at all. And NFC Philadelphia, you need to get somebody else. These 2 don't need to be representing y'all no more. Okay? Because matter of fact, if you think he sucks, let Prescott do that when you see him. Say it to Prescott when you see the brother. Okay? When Prescott goes into Philadelphia next season, and when Prescott beats Philadelphia and drops over 30 points on y'all,